Hey there, thanks so much for joining us for another 3-tip bit. Today I'm so excited to have Kat Leitner join us. Kat, you are on cue. Please introduce yourself. Tell us who you are, what you do, and who you do it for.
Awesome. Thank you, Lindsay. Like Lindsay said, Kat Leitner with Allora Solutions Group. We are based here in Charleston, South Carolina, just down the road from Greenville, and currently service the Southeast. Allora Solutions Group is an outsourced business consulting firm that focuses on any and all operational needs of a business. Whether you're small, mid-sized business, you need creative solutions to everyday problems, even the problems we had no idea that would arise, aka COVID-19. And as a business owner, how do you increase productivity when you're wearing 1,000 different hats? So first and foremost, we start by building meaningful relationships with our clients so that we fully understand their needs and goals. I like to refer to that as taking a state of the union of a business. Once we hear the pain points, goals, again, getting all the information we can about a business, we build innovative strategies to create increased operational efficiencies, which really gives our clients more time to focus on what's important, which is working on the business versus working in the business. We are unique that not only do we come in and consult with business owners, we will step in and act as a true outsourced COO for your business, taking at least one hat off of your head for the time being. Our services fall into 3 categories: people, process, and performance. We call it the 3 Ps, and address a variety of common hurdles in a business, such as hiring new employees, placements, employee engagement, employee handbooks, technology audits, marketing, office relocation services, and corporate events. Again, anything and everything operational we can assist with.
I love that. I've seen you and your business partner, Ashley, just really grow over the last, what has it been, over a year, 2 years now?
Been over a year.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like longer because you two bring so much experience to the table. So everything that you just heard that Kat and Ashley do. They touch it all and really come in and support all businesses. So we're so glad to have you join us. So Kat, of all the things that you could bring to the table today, what are the 3 tips that you want to share to our listeners?
Thank you, Lindsay. So the first would be accept our new normal. I feel like the past 3-4 weeks has been a culture shock to everybody, but just accept it. Again, we wear a million different hats. So why don't we just say, okay, let's take a step back. We can coulda, shoulda, woulda all the time, but it's not going to get us anywhere. So just accept where we are and move forward. As your business is building and adapting to a remote work culture, 3 tips for you would be communication. So important, whether that is daily communication, weekly, whatever works best for your business. There's no rule there, but just communicate with your staff. Set expectations. Are you expecting them to be at their desks right at 8 a.m. and not leave till 5? Or are you saying, okay, we have some altered hours, you work when you can because we know you're, teaching your 5-year-old math now. So setting those expectations and then hold each other accountable. I would say communicate, expectations, accountability, so important. And then really just using these last couple of weeks and the weeks to come to learn from those and make sure your business is in a better place tomorrow than it is today. That's probably number 1. So accept our new normal. Number 2 would be work on the business and not in the business. That is Allora's whole motto about what we do for our business owners. And again, business owners wear a million different hats. So take this time, whether it is 5 minutes, you have a full day to sit in the garden and really think about things. Pull out your old mission, vision, and values of your company. Pull out your old business plan. Reevaluate things. Again, we're not ever, probably, knock on wood, going to have this time again at home, and we're not allowed to go out and do anything. So use it wisely. Prioritize your laundry list of to-do items, whether that is, I need to update our employee handbook. I need to create an employee handbook. I need to really sit down and update our systems manual. Just start a list. It can be a mile long. It could be 5 things, whatever is impactful and meaningful to you. And then strategize. How can I tackle my employee handbook? Do I need to call somebody? Do I know just where to start? Do I need to Google? just start writing things down. And then once you start with that plan and start executing on getting some of those items taken care of, if you don't finish, don't let that frustrate you. When we're back in the office and things are somewhat back to the old normal, bring that up with your staff or bring it up on a Zoom call and say, hey guys, I've been sitting down thinking a lot. Here's 5 things that I need to do as a business owner to help us move forward, and get their feedback and get their, input into what those items are. And who knows, some of them might raise their hand and say, hey, I, have a few hours now during the day. Let me help and delegate some of those items. So number 2, again, work on the business and not in the business. And last is, whatever you do, don't stop working. Just pivot. Ashley and I use that all the time. Let's pivot. If something doesn't work, that's okay. And I guarantee you something is not going to work for you over the next couple of weeks as you adapt to this new normal. But again, it's okay. Just keep moving, as Dory said. Just keep moving. So, I would take a look at that, and as you move forward, what items do you need to make sure that you have in place to set up your new virtual business? Is that the right technology? Is that the right phone system? Making sure your phone system is transferred over to your cell phone under your office landline versus your cell phone. Think about your staff, or if they're using their cell phones now permanently, are you going to start a cell phone incentive plan? Are you going to pay for their cell phone? So just start thinking about all of this. If you don't have a business continuation plan, now's the time to create one. I live in Charleston, and unfortunately, we have hurricanes. We're all praying that the hurricanes are in our favor this year, and we're not going to, see any of them. But in the future, we will. So a business continuation plan is critical to make sure that when this happens again, because it will at some point, whether it's a flood, hurricane, or, unfortunately, a pandemic, but we're prepared, and again, better tomorrow than you are today.
I love that. So the first thing I heard you say was accepting our new normal. And you gave us so many great examples. And one of the things you mentioned actually recalled my memory from when we interviewed Kenzie Biggins, and she referred to those, the times during our workday as core hours. So that was great. And then number 2 was working on the business, not in the business. Again, what I find so interesting about this whole series that we've launched is that the experts like yourself that we're bringing to the conversation are sometimes saying similar things, but in different ways and giving different examples and asking different questions. So when you mentioned working on the business and going back to those mission, vision, and values, Jennifer Sutton and Heidi Hoyam, that a lot of our listeners have heard, are talking about those things. So, and then Kat, you again just brought more examples to the table, which was great. And then the third thing was don't stop, just pivot. I love that. We can definitely keep in mind Dory and Finding Nemo in mind, right? So you can tell that you are definitely an expert in, you and Ashley, in asking the good questions. And thanks so much for just giving us all those little tactical examples, because yeah, there's probably just things that have fallen through the cracks that we haven't thought of as business owners. So that was great. So tell us, how can our listeners find you and Ashley and connect with you?
Absolutely. So you can find us on all the social platforms. Facebook, our handle is at Allora Solutions Group, and then Instagram is at Allora SG. S is in Sam, G is in good. And then feel free to reach out to us. We are offering free consultations at this time moving forward. We just simply want to be a resource to all of our clients and then business community. So you can give us a call at 843-998-7691. Or you can shoot me an email at kat@allorasg.com.
Awesome. So good. All right. So the final question is, what is one life hack that you want to share with our listeners today?
So when I was thinking about this, I laughed because I know all my friends are going to laugh at me for saying this, but liquid gold these days are your Lysol wipes. And so whenever you run, use all the wipes out of it, there's still so much gold left at the bottom of the container. So why not use it, especially right now when you can't find any? So just stuff a couple extra paper towels in there, let it sit for about, 5 minutes, and it's all going to soak up. And then you have at least 10 more wipes that you can
Love
use.
it. So good. I love that. So practical. And even though we're going to release this a few weeks after recording it, I guarantee you that life hack is going to be critical in the weeks to come for sure. So Kat, thanks so much for joining us. And thank you again for tuning in to another 3-Tip Bit. We'll see you in the next conversation.